I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to it's talking, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now, no reasonable doubt. It's clear to see, all eyes on me for 100 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hate it or love it, the underdogs will written in my diary, the start of war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice and super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies them getting paid.
Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the coach, and we're set to bring you coverage from Madden Ultimate Team. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the San Antonio Marshalls. With that, let's get up to snowy Foxborough on the call at Gillette Stadium. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Good luck, gentlemen.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you can lose a game.
Vic now from the 50. Hurts over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll run to Marshawn Lynch. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is fourth down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
And this one is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And they are able to spike it, cutting it close, but 2 seconds left on the clock. And it's incomplete. Now there is 1 second remaining. So they'll have time here for one more play. One last shot now for Rivers. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones, but
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's the...
Hey, it's the coach in our Tiburon studios in Orlando.
And the offense readies for a first down and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's to the 10. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Michael Vick, a 23-yard run. And his guys have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. Back to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Big spot, Andy Dalton. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bruce Smith in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Dalton wants to throw. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
I got so much beef, I could barely sleep. Paranoia got me losing on my Z's all day. Good Lord, mama praying on the knees all day. You still frontin' when I up it, I'ma squeeze. Bad companies, bad for your company. Bad companies, bad for your company. Company in the ski mask in case you come for me. Got it in the ski mask in case you come for me. When I say I got beef, they don't want no beef. When they say they got beef, they don't wanna eat. If you said they want, they don't want no steam. She put it on it. Had a bachelor's degree, PhD was selling, fix the face and fix the weed. Now working on the self-esteem. Hit a block, yo this flock. Where you at? Pin it. My new map location be the block on the app. Money and company, nah, baby. I don't need no the company. You can't hide.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach welcoming you to Madden Ultimate Team. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Antonio Marshalls. With that, let's head on up to Foxborough. Standing by with the call at Gillette Stadium, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. First down, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Prescott. His throw incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in the tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Now Michael Vick. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other. First and 10. Vick. Escaping the pressure right. There he goes inside the 30. And down to the 29-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Vick to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Here's Vick. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now a second down throw for Vick. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Jerry Rice with time running out. And his guys are going to take the lead.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control. But still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Now Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was.
What's that on that beat? Addicted to balling, I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends. I pull
I see how it feels to be rich. I live by the beach now. That's how I should live. Since I was a toddler, I knew that I would become this. I cannot move slow. That's a big no. Gotta chase this money, bankroll after big bankroll. I must get this money. I must get this money. I must get this money, get this money, get this money. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends.
Got 100, I need bands. Now look at my dance. What is my jam? Run and get you that bands. Turning that party up.
Hey everybody, it's the coach here in Orlando, getting you set for this edition of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the San Antonio Marshalls. With that, let's head on up to Foxborough. Standing by with the call at Gillette Stadium, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Bird shrugs him aside. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They go play action here on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Calvin Ridley.
Back, but it was Michael Vick from the pocket, throws a touchdown pass. I just think about the transformation throughout his career. From Atlanta, where he would take off and go at just about the drop of a hat and turn defenses into mush. And then by the end of his career in Philadelphia, where he completed passes like we just saw from the pocket, yet still had those great legs, when necessary, to help get him out of trouble.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Now Rodgers. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Rodgers to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
26.
And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Rodgers going to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also fourth down.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Nothing easy about that one in these elements in the snow, but he's able to put it home in what looks to be the game winner.
And you know, I had problems with the footing just walking from the bus to the stadium. I can't imagine being called to kicking this stuff with the game on the line. But he appeared to have zero issues whatsoever.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but so the Marshals offense, first down as they get ready. Vick now from the 50. Going deep here for Adelman. This is caught inside the 15. And a huge play that time. 42 yards. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it first and goal to go. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Second down, Vick. And it's caught. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
319.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Sheds off the tackle. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
319.
Rodgers now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Jones, touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 36 yards. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. It oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really it's a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Vick operating on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a sack.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On 3rd down, Vick. And he connects with Ertz. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action now, Vick. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Jerry Rice with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are able to strike for 6. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the back up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Sanders. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And they take a knee. Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball.
Bring out the Brinks truck, I'm young, flying ice cup. 100 yards.